G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's been about 12 months now since I last posted a video, so I thought, we're just about due for one. Today you're going to see my complete sequence. So my sequence is how I run my trains. They're all prototype trains taken from a 1937 working winter timetable. And you're going to see 21 today because this video is going to be split in two. We've got part one now and part two in a couple of weeks. For those of you who don't know, my name's Jesse. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I'm building a model railway of Woolmer Green. Woolmer Green was a real small section of the East Coast Main Line near London. It was the bottleneck between Nebworth and Welwyn Garden City. It was where the 4 tracks went to 2 tracks, and that's what I've modelled. So stay tuned. I'm going to take you through some new things I've done on the layout, and let's see some trains running. So one of the biggest things you guys are going to notice is grass. So over the last Christmas holidays, I really knuckled in and got some stuff done. I finished all the basic formwork for the embankments using foam and filler and all that kind of stuff. And then I got a bit trigger happy and started coating everything in grass. And it turned out really well. Because I'm modeling the winter, I didn't just want to do one shade of green. And one person that's been a real inspiration to me is Simon George, who's building Heaton Lodge. And he's building it into a winter scene. And that's what I loved. And as I chose autumn, I just changed a few of his color schemes and everything like for the embankments with static grass. And I think it's turned out really, really nice. Well, I think so. Please let me know what you guys think. Something else I've almost completed is the bridges. There's one here and there's another viaduct down on the other end of the layout. It's still not complete yet because I still need some ballast. So I didn't want to finish this, get all these brick edges and all that kind of stuff done until after I've ballasted, which I'm hoping to do over these summer holidays coming. It gets a bit cold here, not cold like you guys, but enough for me to just want to stay inside and, play Red Dead or something like that. Sorry if I look a bit odd right now. It's because I'm actually leaning down to try and get into shot. So something else I've been working on apart from the grass is this viaduct. Now this viaduct was built on the layout, so it was a bit of a pain. But it's turned out all right. I don't like architectural modeling. I prefer building like the wagons and the locos and the coaches and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's turned out all right. It's my first proper viaduct and it's curved as well. So I just made that a little bit harder. Something else that I've done to the layout, apart from the scenery, is this section here. This is a new fiddle yard. It's small, but what I've been able to do is add in, I think, about 3 or 4 extra trains into the sequence. And that's because this used to be my workbench. And now that I've moved house, I have a spare room, lucky me, and I can have my workshop in there. So what this has done is given me an extra few trains to put in the sequence via kickback sidings. So I've got 2 here for the down lines, I've got 3 at the back there for the up lines, and I've got a through line just here for the engineer's train. And I'm actually looking yesterday about adding another one, but we'll see what happens. It's still very much a work in progress. You're going to see trains that aren't weathered. You'll see stock that might not be finished or anything like that. It's still a work in progress. But I thought I'd grab everything that I have or anything that I'm working on and put them in their trains to get these shots. Something else that I thought you guys might be interested in seeing how I operate it. It's controlled by 2 boxes, you could call them, signal boxes. This one here controls everything at this end, entrance and exit of all the trains. And that one controls everything down here, known as South Box and North Box. So let's get some trains running. I hope you guys enjoy it and stay tuned for part 2. So starting off, it's 2:10 AM at Woolmer Green, and we have 10 PM Egginton to King's Cross number 1 Brait Express Milk, followed by a Bachmann C1 3278. The train is made up entirely of kit-built stock, apart from the milk tankers, which are scratch-built. The time moves forward to 3:45 AM when we have another Bachmann locomotive, a Doncaster-based K3 2934, hauling the 1:38 AM Grantham to King's Cross express parcels. It's now 5 a.m. and taking the slow line, a Helgen LNER 02 3494 has charge of the 3:55 a.m. Fern Park to Sandy Class D pickup goods. This working was used to move manure out of London to be used as fertiliser. I even went to the extent of replicating manure in open wagons at the back of the train. However, I found, through extensive research, that they were tarped over. So one job in the near future is to tarp up the last 8 open wagons. Not long after, at 5:40 a.m, another Class D pickup goods passed Woolmer Green. This was the 2:30 a.m. King's Cross goods to Huntington North. It's hauled by another Bachmann LNER C1 4452. This working was interesting as it had a second brake band marshalled behind the loco. At 6 a.m, we have the 1:55 a.m. New England to East Goods Yard Class B goods behind a Little Engines 043, number 6342. This train is carrying various steel products and agricultural machinery. It's been turned onto the main line at Nebworth and will return to the slow line after Digswell Viaduct. It's now 7 a.m, and on the down lines, a Helgen 021, number 3481, takes the slow line with the 6:10 a.m. Fern Park to New England Class C coal empties. Coming to a stop at the signal on the up slow is another Helgen 021, number 3488, with a Class A engineers train. This left Hitchin at 5:45 a.m. Minutes later, a Sonic Models XGCR A5, number 5007, rushes past with the 6:56 a.m. Hitchin to King's Cross suburban train. This A5 was moved to King's Cross for a short time. The engineers' train is now cleared to return to the main line for Welland Garden City. The signals are still static at the moment. Graham Nicholas is kindly building two for me, and I will attempt to build the other two. This is another train formed up with kit and scratch-built stock. The long dolphin wagon was scratch-built a few years ago. The last wagon, an ex-GNR ballast wagon, was built by my dear friend Dylan Sanderson. It's now 7:51 a.m. and a Hornby LNER A1 2554 Woolwinder heads north with the 7 a.m. Hornsey to York empty stock train. One thing I employ on Woolmer Green is using one set of stock multiple times. The suburban stock is one such example. This time I have swapped the loco for a Hornby N2 4608. It's hauling another Hitchin to King's Cross suburban train, which left Hitchin at 7:53 a.m. and is passing Woolmer Green at 8:05 a.m. Please excuse the rear set, it still needs the roofs painted and some weathering. Time jumps forward now to 9:15 a.m. and a Newcastle J6, number 3591, has charge of the 8:55 a.m. Hitchin to Hatfield Class C goods. Coal for London was very important, and the ex-Great Northern Main Line often became banked up with numerous coal trains heading for Fern Park. Here we have a Bachmann 04, number 5396, with one of the many New England to Fern Park coal trains. This particular working had brick wagons at the head of the train, which provided extra braking assistance. The J6, now with a clear road, returns to the main line. The J6 was built by me a few years ago and is the first white metal loco kit I completed. It's not the best, but it's my own work. At 10:15 am, we have the 9:53 am King's Cross to Cambridge, and it's hauled by a Cambridge-based D16. The loco is a renumbered Hornby loco. "15 minutes later, we have the 10 am King's Cross to Edinburgh, the Flying Scotsman, as she thunders past behind the Hush Hush. My thanks to Jonathan Wheeland, who repainted the restaurant triplet set into teak for me. Not long after, another crack express passes, the 10:10 am King's Cross to Leeds, hauled by a renumbered Hornby A3 2750 Papyrus. I have to check my pronunciation on that. At 10:55 am, we have the 9:55 am King's Cross goods to New England Class A meat empties. Again, please excuse the few wagons at the back. They are dapole wagons I've used as fillers. In between the crack expresses and the long goods trains, it was still not uncommon to see light engine movements. An XG&R C12 takes the slow line heading to Hitchin from Hornsey. Another loco I've built. I really need to crack on with all the others I have stashed away. It's now 11:45 am and a Hitchin-based D2, number 4328, hauls the 11:01 am Hitchin to King's Cross. The D2 was an eBay buy that turned up in pieces, so my thanks to Tony Wright for rebuilding her for me, and one day I will get around to lining her. And now, the finale. For now. It's July 3rd, 1938. Duddington, Bray and the Westinghouse team have left Wood Green with Mallard on their way to Barksing Junction to attempt the world speed record. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for part 2.